guys, it's Kictor. Welcome to the return of the TGCF Manhua. Right off the bat, holy cow, gorgeous Huacheng. All of his jewelry leading down the leading lines down to his abs. And then this flirty little hand playing with his little tassels. Come on, Hualian, in public? I mean, this doesn't really seem like a very public place. It seems like a private bath or something, I don't know. Anyways, I'm undone. I'm glad we get these little glimpses of intimacy between the chaos of their real lives right now. The heavenly capital, Great Martial Hall. Shit is gold here. Oh my god, Jingguan Yao's here. Honorable officials. Now, if that is one nasty boot, who else would be walking around with filthy clothes but our protagonist, Hualian? A heavenly official has been injured. Two heavenly officials have been injured. My injuries aren't a problem right now, but the Earthmaster may be heavily injured. Hualian is literally dripping blood on Junwoo's heavenly carpet, and he's like, I'm fine, stop looking at me. Also, if you really zoom in, you can see beef leaf crumbs. The next panel, he's just on his back. Like, yeah, Mingxiang is heavenly injured, but also was a heavy weight on my back. Whoa! Are they gonna have like the heavenly EMTs rush over and shock him back to life? Meanwhile, awkward Lan Cho with his comically large sword on his back. Hualian looks over at him. Ooh, this is awkward. Where we last left off, Lan Cho was like, you were my Guoshi! And Hualian was like, got a blast! Your Highness, Tai Hua? Lan Cho is so pretty, even with no eyes. Which is a theme in Heaven Official's Blessing. What's wrong? Are you injured as well? Hualian, wondering if Lan Cho was injured, which is fair because I think Hualian got in the middle of all the swords. There were too many swords to count. But I mean, Hualian's used to being in the middle of swords. But no, Lan Cho's not injured. Grab, snatched him up. He grabbed his little arm that was only reaching out to help. Hey, Chencho, what are you doing? Listen, Bestie 1 is down. Don't you dare fuck with Bestie 2. Listen, there ain't room for me to like two men with pointy little teeths in this manhwa, okay? The winner is gonna be Huacheng. When he has fangs, it's cute. You're just kind of scaring me right now. Guoshi? Oh shit. Stunned silence. This is the absolute funniest thing with Ming Yi just on the ground. Guoshi? Who's a Guoshi? Now we get some plot. His Highness Tai Hua was the crown prince of Yong'an and the Guoshi that lived at the same time as him as wasn't it Fangxin, one of the two demonic cultivators? What in the Wei Ying? Since His Highness Tai Hua is calling him Guoshi, then that means... Yeah, isn't he just saying that the Crown Prince of Shanle is the ruinous Guoshi Fangxin? Oh dear, Hualian did not need this drama brought back into his life. But oh my god, Fengqing are here! Mu Qing likes to show up for the gossip. But Shanle was destroyed by Yong'an. Why would he become Yong'an's Guoshi? This is too close up. I definitely killed you with my own hands and sealed you in that coffin. Yet you, whoops, Guoshi, how cunning of you. Okay, this guy is being a little bit too mean, come on, what could he have possibly done? Why did you do that? I never understood. Titans, hey now! You're lucky Huacheng isn't here, that wrist would be in Timbuktu by now. I never believed you when you said you couldn't stand seeing us on the throne. I never believed that you wanted to seize it either, but now I finally know what you meant. Wait, what? Hualian's confusing backstory time. Chencho, is there some kind of misunderstanding here? If His Highness the Crown Prince is the Guoshi Fangxin, how come you're only recognizing him now? It's like, bestie, you need to get your eyes checked. Hualian looks like he's about to barf. Qingxuan, you don't know? You guys didn't tell me Pei Ming was gonna be here. Oh my god. It's like, okay, Huacheng isn't in this chapter, we'll throw in Pei Ming for the sexiness factor. It said that Guoshi was solitary and mysterious. He always wore a white and gold mask and never showed his real face to anyone. Guess who else wore white and gold? And a mask. I imagine His Highness Tai Hua has never seen it either. Oh shit, we know that waist. That Heavenly Emperor waist. Heavenly Emperor's waists just have a certain je ne sais quoi about them. Oh my god, Junwoo is here with his magical flowing little ribbon and his guys that are carrying something. I don't know what this is. Get the Earthmaster settled in first. Like, oh yeah, we completely forgot about Mingxiang's grave injuries. Like, no one really rushed to his side. Everyone was too invested in the drama. Oh, it was a stretcher for him. That makes more sense. Meanwhile, Hualian is still just awkwardly being held by him. Like, what? Beef leafers, today is our day. Qing's attention is fully on Mingxiang. I know he's bowing, but it kind of looks like he's sending him like a heart. Mingxiang's gorgeously bloody lips. Lift him up. Oh, what an angle. Bye, Mingxiang. Now tell me, what happened here? Why is Tai Hua holding on to Shanle? Why are you touching daddy's baby? And why is Shanle's head bowed? Pat, patting his shoulder. For half a second, I thought he was patting his own lap, like, come Shanla, daddy's home. Oh, he's healing his arm. How come Hualian got a magical pat while Hualian just got taken away? I guess he didn't feel like giving him too much energy. Somewhere in the heavenly capital, he's being microwaved right now back to health. Your Majesty. Hundreds of years ago, this person changed his name to Fangxin and became the Guoshi of my country, Yong'an. But during the gilded banquet, he killed my clan and brought ruin to my kingdom. I demand a duel with him. Please, Your Majesty, be our witness. This is like dragging up old family drama on a reality TV show. Not only is all of this drama coming up about Hualian's terrible past, he also just gotten that like big fight and burned down Hua Cheng's house. So he's probably feeling pretty darn bad right about now, and you can kind of tell in this look he's not doing so hot. So put an F in the chat for Hualian. Like at the very least he has Xi Qingshuan in his corner, but Xi Qingshuan doesn't know the facts. Hopefully Hua Cheng will come back soon, and I'm so excited for the next update of the manhua. Look, we even have Xiao in this chapter. We are so lucky. All right, we are back again with another manhua update. Don't you just love regular updates? Let's see where we're at with the public outing of Hualian as the Fangxin Guoshi. Hundreds of years ago, this person changed his name to Fangxin and became the Guoshi of my country, Yong'an. But during the gilded banquet, he killed my clan and brought ruin to my kingdom. I demand a duel with him. Please, Your Majesty, be our witness. Holy cow, that was a jump scare. Chunwoo, I just want to tickle his little beads. Tai Hua, do you have any evidence for believing that Shanle is Fangxin? How dare you accuse Daddy the little princess of such crimes? When I went to Ghost City this time, I exchanged blows with Hua Cheng. The moment our blades crashed, there was a shadow that leapt forward and forced us apart with 2 strikes. And this swordsmanship halts the fighting but does not hurt either party. Instead, it inflicts harm on oneself. When I was 12, I was kidnapped by a group of thieves. Okay, that was not where I thought this was going. Is it really time to trauma dump? Oh, just a little baby, let him go. They grabbed me before running away onto the streets, but guards chased after us and exchanged fierce blows with them. Then, a street performer suddenly stretched over with a tree branch. I'm just imagining Hualian, like, dressed as a clown or like a mime street performer. And just like this time, with only 2 blows, oh shit, look at him go! He parried away both swords and saved me, escorting me all the way back to the palace. Look at Hualian go, he's such a freaking bad. After that, my father and mother tried to keep him close. Out of gratitude, they asked him to become our country's grand tutor, our Guoshi. Oh, that makes sense. I was forgetting about that in the book. Like, how did these two end up being connected? He taught me swordsmanship for 5 years. I literally cannot believe they hired a street performer to train the crown prince. The move he used on our first encounter was the one I wanted to learn the most, but the one he was most adamant about not teaching me. He said as the crown prince, I wouldn't need to use it. Oh, look at him in his little mask. But he became our Guoshi because of that one move. I know it well. So when he used it again in Ghost City, how could I not recognize it? Okay, we need to talk about how amazing Hualian is right now. He is so self-sacrificing. He did not want to teach the self-sacrificing move to our little crown prince, Lan Chen-cho. He didn't want to teach that move to the kid because he didn't want him to get hurt. He's like, no, I'm the only one that's allowed to self-sacrifice here, guys. Don't get it twisted. It's one thing to run the opposing country to stir up trouble behind the scenes, but how come he went a step further and taught the country's crown prince swordsmanship? No wonder we haven't seen him even touch his sword during his 3rd ascension. It's because he doesn't want to be exposed. Oh shit, man, MXTX really likes to write characters where they can't touch a sword for some reason. I guess it is confusing, because if he was gonna switch sides, why didn't he just like kill you as a baby or something? Not teach you how to sword. Your Highness Tai Hua. Oh shit, this is Mu Ching speaking. I saw someone tweet that this was Fangxin's hand on his cheek. You said you saw a shadow, but it seems as if you're the only one that saw it. Mu Ching defending Hualian, yes! Then we have nothing to go by but your word. Hey, don't add fuel to the fire. Fangxin, let him talk. Mu Ching needs this. Mu Ching is honestly looking like such a god here though. Like, this is straight up ethereal cat boy going on right now. Fine, please bring me 2 swords. You injured your arm saving me, so now I'll return it to you. What the absolute, what? I was not expecting this of all things. I know you're ambidextrous with the sword and that your skills will not suffer, so we'll use our left arms to duel without hiding anything. Fight with all you have. Goodness gracious, what the hell? These heavenly officials be wilding. Meanwhile, there are like humans on Earth begging and praying for help, and the heavenly officials are too busy having their own episode of Mori up here. Junwoo is Mori. Let's see if we practice the same swordsmanship, and if you were the one that taught me. Pick up the sword if you're a man. Hualian's like, literally bro, I could kill you with the dust particles between us right now. I don't need a sword. Can someone just transport me back to Hua Cheng's lair? I need to find out if he burned to death or not. I don't want to fight you. If I do, you'll die. I love how the arrogance of that line can be delivered so quietly. There's no yelling, there's no nothing, it's just, oh, if we fought, you would die. Oh, I love him! What's more, I swore to never kill with a sword again many years ago. I'm dying. He's like, yeah, so because I swore not to kill anybody, guess you're out of luck. I said, grr, angry baby, I just want to have a duel with you no matter what. Foosh. Wait, I'm afraid there must be a misunderstanding here. Shi Qingshan coming in clutch. Oh, he is my bestie too. He is looking good, okay? As much as we love female Shi Qingshan, this androgynous male version of him is doing something to me. Since the Guoshi Fangxin was always wearing a mask, then perhaps the one who harmed your people was an imposter. Oh my god, always the optimistic. We love that. Chenjo, calm down. Wait for his majesty to speak. I love his little grin here too. He's like, you're embarrassing yourself. Please stop. Ugh, Chunwu jump scare again. Shanla, do you admit to what Tai Hua is claiming? The one who caused the bloodbath at the Gilded Banquet, the Grand Tutor Fangxin. Was it you? ... Oh shit! Flashback time! There he is, stabbing Jingguan Shan, Chenzhou's dad. I didn't think we were gonna see this. This is great. This is so clarifying. There is the shot. There is the hero shot. Fangxin Guoshi. I love badass characters that don't have to be super jacked. They're just beautiful and powerful and that's right. It was me. I was not expecting him just to admit to it. Oh my god. I can't help but think there's more to the story, but guess he did murder everyone? Windmaster is going to be destroyed. Bestie, I went on stand for you and you made me look like a fool. Just tell me before you murder someone next time. Mingxiang does it all the time. Xilian just got outed as a cold-blooded murderer. What is gonna happen next? A lover's quarrel? Jealous Pei Ming? Protective Daddy Wu? And Hua Cheng's return? What's up guys, it's Kector. We're back with another Manhua update. My lord, allow me to ask a favor. Please, take away my status and send me down to the mortal realm. Again? It's starting to seem like something is not working here. The only known case of repeated ascension is Xilian, who ascended 3 times in a span of 800 years after 2 banishments. Do you really want this to be your 3rd? You don't need to demote yourself. You ascended by your own merit. I just want... Everyone, I believe this situation to be suspicious. Bestie Windmaster has your back. Explain, Windmaster. Everyone seems to think that His Highness Shanle became Fangxin in order to exact revenge and massacre the royal court of Yong'an. But if he really wanted revenge, why would he spare the kingdom's crown prince Tai Hua? Exactly, that's what I've been saying. If he was truly evil, he would have let the kid die, or at least let someone toss him down a flight of stairs. He kind of looks like the type. Logically, as someone seeking vengeance, wouldn't the crown prince be the first person he'd want to kill? Although I'm not close with Xilian, I saw how he risked his life to save Tai Hua in the battle with Hua Cheng at the Ghost City. Exactly this. Windmaster saw just in a short period of time spent with Xilian how he's definitely not a cold-blooded murderer, so I'm glad he has someone here in his corner defending him. That being said, perhaps that also just shows how naive and trusting Windmaster is. I wonder if that will come to bite him in the butt somewhere else. If he really hated the Yong'an royal court, why would he risk blocking a hit for you? Chencho, maybe he changed his mind due to guilt? Yeah, I don't think so. Leaving only one person alive after killing their entire family seems crueler to me. And they say the laughingstock of the realms is dumb. You can't judge a book by its cover. Oh man, people out here calling Xilian dumb. I just know this is a terrible misunderstanding somehow. Or he's just a cold-blooded murderer. I'd love him either way. Everyone, let us have order. You have always been rash in your actions, Tai Hua. You have to learn to listen and use your judgment instead of barreling through everything. You should stay away from Shanle for now. As much as I'm on Xilian's side, I can't help but feel there's a little bit of favoritism. This guy just got proof that this man murdered his family. Xilian admitted to it, and Junwu's just like, that might be true, but stay away from him. Just as the Windmaster pointed out, the situation is full of suspicious elements. My baby girl can do no wrong. Chencho, please leave. Shanle's request for demotion is denied for now. We will restrict him to his palace and limit his movements. You are grounded and cannot see your boyfriend. I will interrogate him myself. Let us adjourn for today. You know, as much as I'm saying Shi Qingshan is in his corner, it seems like Junwu might be more in Xilian's corner. This was a big act of favoritism, and I wonder if other people are going to bring up how it's kind of ridiculous. Very wise, my lord. That was really something. His lordship really took care of that. I'm jealous. His Highness was able to gain the help and support of Lord Windmaster. Our Pei Jr. wasn't so lucky. Oof. Yeah, that's because Windmaster knew Pei Jr. was a snake freak. Hualian's not a snake freak. Hualian is cute. Hey, Pei Jr.'s situation wasn't the same. Stop misconstruing things, General Pei. I love this little beef between them. Click, leans. Chencho is about to stab him in the back. I know he's thinking about it. Regardless of what happens, we'll still have that duel. Okay, baby. He returns the swords. Shanla Palace, heavenly capital. Ooh, we're in Shilian's house. How quaint. Roll, roll, roll. The sound of dice. Looks like I've used up all the luck Sanlang gave me. Oh, it's been a while since we've heard him call him Sanlang. It kinda hits different. And he's so beautiful here. My sweet, sweet baby boy. I don't need to worry about Lang Ying. His lordship knows what's going on. Lord Windmaster is also dealing with the situation in Banue, and we probably won't have to worry about General Pei bringing us trouble. As for Sanlang's manor, yeah, turns out all the people I actually don't care about are fine, and the one person I do care about probably has 4th-degree burns right now. His house is burned down, and he probably hates me. I wonder if it was burnt to a crisp. Yes, the armory that he gave to you after finding out how much of a sword freak you are. This pained expression here. He's so tired, but he's also so used to messing up. This really sucks and just shows how common misfortune is for him. I can feel it in the pit of my stomach looking at him. If I'm demoted again, I'll definitely pay him back for the damages, even if I have to sell scraps to do it. It's just a matter of whether it'll take tens or hundreds of years. Man, this is just so depressing. He's willing to do whatever it takes to make it right with Hua Cheng. Hey, General Nanyang, take it easy. Why are you making that hurt expression for? Shut up! They say you're loyal, that you don't want to see your master fall from grace. But doesn't that just mean you can't stand the idea of following a useless person? You think you're righteous just because you found yourself a good excuse? Hilarious! Oh my god, what are these clowns up to now? What are those two here for? You understand nothing about me. Do you think no one knows about your little plan? You're just here under the guise of worry to get details on the Gilded Massacre. I'm sure you want him to be ruthless and cruel. Holy Fangxin just decked Wuqing so hard. I'm literally blown away by this. Don't think I don't know. I bet you were so excited at the Palace of Divine Might. I know you've never respected me. But take a look at yourself. The only difference between us is luck. What right do you have to look down on me? Wuqing fighting back. And this is all over if whether they support His Highness or not. Stop! I'll call someone over if you keep fighting. Man, this is really charged, really tense. Really tense sexual tension going on here. I mean, normal tension between bros, yeah. God, right in the act, right before they're about to kiss. Then suddenly, slam! You know what this means? Next chapter, Star Ember is gonna make us all pass out from Sanlang, and it's been a while since we've seen him, so I know she's gonna go all out. I am so freaking excited for this! I hope he just comes in, grabs Shilian by the arm, and is like, deuces, and then puffs away, and then Fangxin Wuqing can finally make out in peace. As much as the Fangxin fight really got me through this chapter, I have just been itching for more Hua Cheng. There's been so much political drama. Give us Sanlang! Can you guys help me out in the comments below here? Like, what is this argument between Fangxin and Wuqing really about here? Like, are they arguing over Shilian, like in a protectiveness battle? Like, they both have this past with Shilian. If you've read the book, you kind of know what has happened. Are they actually fighting over who's a better friend to him? Like, who respects him more? When you really peel back the drama of this is some like deep-seated trauma between their friend group. They definitely need to go to group therapy. What's up guys, it's Kictor. Last we saw, Shilian interrupted Fangxin from making out. I mean, they were just fighting. But then suddenly, slam! The cup of dice Shilian was playing with explodes with butterflies. Shield, your highness! Fangxin finally stopped flirting to protect Shilian. Huh? Shilian is caught holding a tiny butterfly with just the cutest expression ever. And while this picture is so cute in the manhwa, this scene has a little bit more context in the book. In the book, it says that Shilian saw the butterfly struggling to fly, like it was injured or not as strong as the other butterflies, so he automatically reached out to help it, and it landed on his fingers to rest. And once it landed on his palm, it flapped its wings happily and then refused to leave. Because these are Hua Cheng's butterflies, every little essence of Hua Cheng wants to be around Xilian. Meanwhile, Fangxin are like, these evil butterflies are gonna kill you! And suddenly, a hand comes out of the portal, and just like that, Xilian is snatched up by his snatched waist. Just imagine the feeling of Hua Cheng's strong arms wrapping around your waist like that. He hugs him right around the middle and they have a little Titanic moment. Also, in the novel, Hua Cheng just grabs him by the wrist. And then Fangxin says, Hua Cheng, the Heavenly Emperor is here, let him go! And Hua Cheng says, do either of you have the ability to make me? Ah, he's so hot. Also in the book, we get to hear Xilian's gay thoughts, which are, oh my god, Hua Cheng's voice is so close behind me. Basically, I would definitely recommend reading the book. But yes, Star Emperor gave us the waist grab, so I can't be mad. Suddenly, Xilian disappears. Hua Cheng straight up hacked into the heavenly realm and stole Xilian away. These two are literally like, holy shit, what the hell do we do? Quick, enter the spiritual communication array. Inside the spiritual communication array. Your Highness, where are you? What's wrong? General Nanyang, did something happen? Something strange just happened at the palace of Shanle. Where is Ling Wen? Hurry and inform his lordship that Xilian is gone. What? I'm leaving for the Shanle palace now. Isn't that prince detained in his own palace? Now, interesting. While reading this, I was like, San, what's that? What was he about to say? Was he gonna say San Lang, but only Xilian calls Hua Cheng San Lang. So I did a bit of digging, and it seems like it's a bit of a localization joke translation that didn't come across super smooth in English. In the novel, Heavenly Emperor B begins to say the laugh and corrects himself. So essentially he was going to say the laughing stock of the three realms, and three in Chinese is san, so it could have been three realm laughing stock, which would have started with san and then got cut off. Essentially, Heavenly Emperor B is like, this bitch, His Highness was under house arrest. How did this happen? Thank you to Nilo and Deer and a few others on Twitter for getting to the bottom of this. Isn't that prince detained in his own palace? Ooh, even Shi Qingchuan is here. Did like all the Heavenly Emperors suddenly get like an Amber Alert on their phones? When I passed by the Shanle Palace earlier, I noticed a bunch of deputy martial gods from Middle Heaven standing guard. There was also a barrier that stopped anyone from leaving. So how did he get away? From the power of Hua Cheng's love, mother. He didn't escape, he got kidnapped. Your Highness, can you still hear us? Your Highness, where are you? But we're in the heavenly capital. Who would dare act with such insolence? Oh my god. This red voice box comes up and we know it's Hua Cheng. Who would act with such insolence? ... Imagine Xilian's adrenaline. We already know he's feeling tingly from Hua Cheng's voice and being so close to him. He just had his arms wrapped around him and now his hand is pressed on his forehead. Did you miss me? I certainly didn't miss you. Okay, I like this line a bit better in the book. Sorry to keep going back and forth, but we're going to. The iconic line is, I don't know if you missed me, but I haven't thought about any of you at all. Oh, so hot. The disrespect to authority. Still, I've had a lot of time to kill lately. If anyone else is free, I'd be more than happy to welcome a sparring partner. ... Meanwhile, just a reminder that Hualian are so close to one another. They can feel each other's breath on their lips. They are within kissing distance. Snap! Severs. I think Hua Cheng just hung up the heavenly communication array phone. Now it's just Hualian, all alone in the woods under the milky twilight. Kiss me! Sanlang, we're still close to the heavenly capital. Let's go. Don't mind them. Jingle, jingle, jingle! No, but actually, the like slow fall of Hua Cheng's footsteps, the slow jingle, you know the exact sound that they used in the show. He's so freaking cool. It seems that Sanlang used the 1,000 Li shrinking technique to connect the Shanle Palace to this place. That couldn't have been an easy feat. How did he do it? Maybe because he's the freaking Ghost King? Xilian is following right behind him, so you can see their adorable height difference. Glance. Cut to Hua Cheng's freaking ornate hairpiece. That's what that like 1 minute delay was. After he rolled the dice, he was like, I guess I have shit luck. But actually Hua Cheng was busy like putting up his hair, finding his most jingly of wares. Sigh. Anyways, I should apologize first. Sanlang, to be honest, I originally went to Ghost City to investigate the disappearance of the Earth Master. You greeted me with open arms, yet I burned down your Paradise Manor. I don't know how I can make it up to you. Anyway, I will probably be demoted soon. Once I'm out again, I promise to find a way to repay you. Halts. Why do you want to repay me? Did you forget how I injured your arm with my sword? Oh gosh, concerned, confused, baby Hua Cheng. I was the one who hurt you, not the other way around. What do you have to repay me for? Height difference. My right hand. I rushed towards you in my own volition. It wasn't your fault. I was so afraid that Hua Cheng was going to be mad at Xilian for burning down his house, or at least a little bit miffed about it. Like their connection would somehow be ruined forever because Xilian created this big ugly mark on their friendship. But Hua Cheng wasn't even considering any of those. If anything, he'd just been feeling guilty that he hurt Xilian. He didn't care about any of his stuff getting ruined by him. And yet that was all Xilian was worrying about. These two really care about each other so much. Now Ming is going nuts. He's shaking like crazy. What's the matter? Nothing. Slaps Ming. Oh, the poor puppy, no. Don't mind it. This is Hua Cheng's inner thoughts. Ming is a part of Hua Cheng as much as the butterflies are. It's just Hua Cheng's inner emotions going absolutely batshit that he hurt Xilian. By the way, San Lang, I threw the 2 dice you gave me and one of them landed on 2. Does this mean I can see you whenever I roll a 2? No. Oh, then I was wrong. If you want to see me, no matter which number you roll, I'll always be there. The devotion in that sentiment is incredible. Just having that complete sincerity and assurance is everything and will mean everything to someone like Xilian, who has never had that in his life. I mean, look at Hua Cheng's expression. This is such a complicated time for him. Like, we know Hua Cheng is in love with Xilian, his lifelong devotion to him. He's still dealing with the fact that he hurt him and he's okay, and Xilian is right here with him and called for him, and these small little moments that mean so much to Xilian, who can't even enter the heavenly group chat without being ridiculed. He has the most powerful ghost king in the world telling him that no matter where he is in the world, heaven or earth, he will be there for him. This is a lot. Suddenly, he looks really beautiful here too. Blocks! Boom! Oh god, what's happening? Trying to run away? Don't forget, you still owe me a duel. Okay, things to point out here. Look at Hua Cheng's protective arm across Xilian. Every fiber of his being is for Xilian, and all these tiny little moments are showing it so much. I know I gushed a lot about the book, but this chapter really reminded me of just how much I love Heaven Official's Blessing because of the connection between Hua Cheng and Xilian. And I feel like this moment is really important because from here on out, you have the confidence that Hualian can persevere through anything together. Hua Cheng can overcome the guilt of cutting off Xilian's arm, and Xilian can overcome the guilt of burning down Hua Cheng's house. Both of them didn't give a shit about those instances because they cared for each other so much more than that. Hualian don't even need to kiss for these moments to seem so romantic. Crackle. Pick up your sword, Grand Tutor. Trying to run away? Don't forget, you still owe me an explanation. Sanlang, I'll handle this. Ooh, did Xilian just knock Hua Cheng's hand away? He's capable, he can handle it. Hot. What kind of explanation do you want? In a world of ancestral grievances and grudges between families and kingdoms, I don't blame you for hating young Anne. But Grand Tutor, what did my parents and I do to deserve such a response? Response is putting it a bit lightly. He murdered them. Were we not good to the survivors from Shanla? My parents ignored the voices of dissatisfaction from within the kingdom and changed our ancestral policies many times. They always worked hard to bring the survivors from Shanla and the people of Yong'an together. They wanted peace. Peace is exchanging a little golden horse with the poor boys from next door. I myself was good friends with a lot of the people of Shanla. Even after the Gilded Banquet, I stood up to those who wanted to get rid of the Shanla survivors. Oh shit, Lan Zhenqiu is a good boy. Talks a bit much, but is a good boy. My conscience is clean, but I really don't understand. Don't you think you owe me some kind of explanation? I have no explanation to give you. Oh, rough. Good, very good. Then pick up your sword. Okay, I guess that works too. No matter the result, even if you beat me to death, I will never ask for repayment. He is holding his giant sword like a baseball bat. Gaga, it's time to get out of here. Okay, this is what you asked for. Do not come to regret it later. I have no regrets. Xilian just being like, okay, I guess I'll frickin' kill you then. And Hua Cheng is just silently sitting there in the background supportively. Go, honey, chop his head off. Swoosh. He jumps forward. Oh, something is happening. Crack! Xilian skids to a halt. Chencho? He got turned into a Daruma doll. This guy looks stupid in every shape. Watch out! Like what? He's flicking the Daruma doll around after this epic duel that has been centuries in the making is finally about to happen and nope, boop. you're a doll now. And look, he is so angry and he even has a little sword. Sunlong, I really didn't want to hurt him. Don't worry, Gaga, I wouldn't have given a shit even if you wanted to torture him. I just quieted him down a bit. He needs to learn a lesson. This is so good. Huacheng teaching kids a lesson by putting them into a little ball. And Xilian looks so cute right here looking at it. Let's go. We've wasted too much time. Where exactly are we going? Yeah, where are they going? Oh, green ghost fire. Do you know what this means? Isn't that the green light that roams the dark? Okay, I think this is usually translated in the fandom as night touring green lantern. That's like his ghost moniker, like Huacheng's is Crimson Rain sought flower. Yeah, so it's Qirong. Didn't you take over his lair a while ago? I did, but he got away. And he spent 50 years building a new lair afterwards. Sunlong? Yeah, Sunlong, what the hell? When I saw the preview for this chapter, I thought this was some random ghost lady. I didn't realize this was him. Why do you look so odd? He's showing off his shape-shifting techniques for you, baby. Isn't this what the green ghost Qirong looks like? Tisk. I told you, he has bad taste. All the ghosts that work for him have to look like this. This looks like Hades' clown Sona. Why bother? When I attacked directly the other time, Qirong caught wind of it all and fled. This time, I'm letting Chencho see him in person. Naturally, I can't allow myself to be noticed. So why does Huacheng want Chencho to meet Qirong? And then Xilian is transformed into a ghost and he is freaking out. He's checking out his black fingernails. It's just way too cute. While that useless guy can't do anything right, he is very skilled at sensing others. The lower level ghosts can't get near him, and his close friends are difficult to impersonate. There's only one way to get close to him. Which is... Pei-Su, that whiny little dog, only has his head up in the clouds because he's riding on Pei Ming's coattails. Does he really think he's worth something? No way! He's nothing but a stray dog with nowhere to go, and yet he still dares to kill my scouts. He's ruined everything! Even if I messed him up, no one would come collect his body. Then there's a ghost here saying settle down, and it looks like she's leading a parade of prisoners somewhere. Like father, like son. It's a shame that nice girl Xuanji went through so much for that shameless guy. We aren't able to save her even now. Tisk tisk. Dad? Oh no, not the baby boy! Pei Ming, what a womanizer! He ought to be cut to pieces, hung out in front of his temple, and fed to the dogs! You are scaring the children. Our king is right! Ugh, look at this gaudy green place. Step. That better not be a statue of who I think it is. That thing I told you to do. How's it coming along? Has Chun Yi-Zhen ended up fighting with that womanizer Pei? Qirong reveal! Is he gonna be hot? Ah, here he is! Ew! That bone. I don't think it's a chicken wing. Okay, even in statue form, Xilian's ass be poppin'. As you asked, we have already spread the rumor that Pei Ming supported Pei-Su in becoming that martial god of the West. The situation is bound to get messier. We used this as an excuse to destroy hundreds of Mingguang temples in the north while disguised as followers of the Qiying temple. No one suspected a thing. Ha ha ha! Ew, who's this little ghost child? Eating a hand, oh my god, and eyeball soup! That is eyeball soup! You just don't get it. So many of those followers are quite stupid. Once we started the destruction, they followed suit, and enthusiastically at that. Oh my god, his fingernails are green. Wonderful! Keep adding fuel to the fire! Looking at him here, I don't like Qirong, but I know some of you heathens do. And I do think he does have the potential to be hot. Chun Yi-Zhen can take it, but I bet that womanizer Pei can't. It is a statue of Xilian. This is not cool, but I cannot wait to see Huacheng's visceral reaction to seeing this. I thought all ghosts went by a pseudonym, but it seems this green ghost Qirong is really the one I know. I should relay this information to his lordship later to make sure those two officials don't get into any more fights. Oh, Sanlang seems utterly handsome in this getup, if you ask me. So now Hualian are undercover as the prisoners. Oh my, there's a young one here. God, no! Ah, Dad! Hualian stoically watching as Qirong consumes a child. Little Ga! Ah, no! Now, take a look at his dad, because if you know what happens next, you Qirong heathens, this is what you're gonna be simping over. Qirong is actually up to a lot of shit behind the scenes. He loves fucking with heaven officials, making people think they hate each other, going behind the scenes. I wonder if this is gonna tie into the drama that is currently happening with Xilian. I just love how you can already tell how much Huacheng does not respect him as a fellow ghost, and especially obviously does not like him for his disrespect to one particular heavenly official. Oh yeah, and the fact he's a freaking cannibal, literally eating eyeball soup. I'm still not over the eyeball soup. Hua Cheng is gonna go nuts, and it's gonna be great. And Hua Cheng is still taking care of Xilian in so many ways. It's really so funny comparing how he's acting on this mission on how he acted during the Banyue arc undercover as Sanlang, the teenager. Seeing how capable and strong he is at his full capacity is so hot, and considering Xilian already respected and enjoyed Sanlang's company back then, imagine how much he's going to like him after this. Oh my, there's a young one here. Ah, Dad! Okay, so we're back and Qirong is on his eating children agenda. Little Ge! Please, my lords, let him go! He's just a child! Xilian breaks free of the ropes binding his hands. Crap, there's no other way. But then, oh, Hua Cheng holds Xilian back. Don't worry, Daddy's got this. You are in the presence of a descendant of Prince Anle. Won't you show some respect? The prince of who? Xilian is shocked and looking mighty submissive and breedable. He's weak to Hua Cheng taking action, and so am I. ... You sure have some gall making jokes in front of me. Qirong did not like that. The House of Anle, the last surviving branch of the Shanle royal family, died out long ago. Who are you to impersonate a member of the Shanle royal family? Oh. They died out, did they? How did they die? Okay, Hua Cheng is definitely up to something. Qirong slams his little green fingernails down. Arrest them! Arrest that weird brat! Not the worst thing Hua Cheng's been called, I'm sure. Now Qirong is also standing up and showing off his slutty little waist. Those Shanle genetics run deep. And Statue Xilian's dogs are out. Whoosh! Ghost attack! Little do they know they are literally attacking a supreme ghost. A peek of Hua Cheng's fang comes out here. His rope drops, and then slam! In a matter of seconds, Hua Cheng has transported behind Qirong, grabs his head, and slams it into the ground. His eye is glowing red. He is pissed, and he looks so hot. Who the hell are you? You're seeking death! It's you! Guards, stop him! Oh boy, you can tell just how scared of Hua Cheng Qirong is. This is great. Hua Cheng is completely unfazed by the guards being called, and he slams his face down again. Now this scene here, look at how poetic this is. Hua Cheng is forcing Qirong to kneel before the desecrated Xilian statue. On my last members only stream, we talked about this scene and read the part in the book. This isn't ever described in the novel, so it was a detail that Star Ember added, and I think it's just an awesome example of how different mediums of the same story are all powerful in their own way. There are things in this world that can never be stopped. Don't you know that? Like the sun setting in the west, for example. Slam! Or elephants crushing ants under their feet. Or me claiming your life! Hua Cheng's hot, murderous rage over someone that's just so terrible to Xilian is so romantic and sexy. Everyone is screaming. He keeps slamming his head over and over again. This is violent. And we finally get Xilian's reaction, and he looks shocked. However, all the prisoners are now running amok, and Xilian's trying to help them. Nobody move! He's calling out to them, but they're just going wild. Sanlang? Yeah, baby, this is all for you. Let him cook. Speak. How did Prince Anle die? Hua Cheng still looks feral, and I am here for it. Xilian, however, dashes to his side. Sanlang, what's the matter with you? This is so funny, the poor Xilian. He doesn't know why Hua Cheng would hate him so much. And if you zoom in here, Hua Cheng's little self-satisfied smirk is so satisfying. Calm down, don't be angry. Pat, pat. Hua Cheng glances over to Xilian and puts his hand on his shoulder. Oh? But Hua Cheng paralyzed Xilian. My body can't move? I'll ask you one more time. How did Prince Anle die? Qirong, still holding on somehow. That's none of your business! Slam! Oof, how much more can his skull take? And Xilian's face here killed me. Slam, slam! Shit, stop hitting me! It was Lan Zhenqiu! Lan Zhenqiu killed him! Hua Cheng then grabs the Daruma doll at Xilian's waist, which was Lan Zhenqiu, and tosses it to him. Then picks up Xilian and tosses him over his shoulder. Roll, roll, roll! Explodes! I just read this part in the book, and Hua Cheng definitely does not hoist Xilian over his shoulder like that. So we have Star Ember to thank for this. I did see a few people on Twitter discussing how this felt a bit out of character for Hua Cheng to do to Xilian. I would agree for book Hua Cheng, but this is Manhua Hua Cheng, and he already seems a little bit more forward than book Hua Cheng, so I'm able to enjoy it, and I hope you guys can enjoy it as well. What's up, guys? It's Kictor. Where we last left off, Hua Cheng threw the Daruma doll that had Lan Zhenqiu in it at Qirong. You, what are you doing, blaming others like this? Huh? Lan Zhenqiu? Why in the world are you here too? I was a friend of Anle's. He died of illness. Just who are you accusing of killing him? Qirong's getting up from where Hua Cheng smashed him and showing us his green nail polish while doing so. Died of an illness, my ass. Of course you'd believe that. Wipes. Yeah, wipe his little snickery little face. Ugh. He died soon after the Gilded Banquet. You were definitely the ones who assassinated him. If it wasn't you, then it must have been those old dogs from Yong'an. You! No wonder everyone looks down on the green ghost, Qirong. After seeing you for myself today, I can say for sure that you aren't worthy of respect. Ha! Better than having your pretentiousness. I can see why people ship these two. Meanwhile, Hualian awkwardly watching them like it's a very good episode of Dr. Phil. You say you were friends. How could a person from Yong'an and Shanle be friends? How could they possibly interact peacefully? I'm sorry, maybe it's because you didn't try giving them horse on a stick. Everybody loves horse on a stick. You're nothing but the sons of a bunch of treacherous bandits, acting just as fake as your parents. It makes me want to vomit! You used the things you stole from others to give the people of Shanle titles and property as charity. How shameless! Those were ours to begin with. They belong to Shanle! Meanwhile, Xilian is shuddering. He still, I think, can't move. You, shut up! Unsheaths. Oh, look at him. He's like, oh, ho, ho, what are you gonna do? I'm the cute little mousy little evil demon guy. I can do no wrong. Do you really think the descendants of the Shanle royal family would get along with those of Yong'an? They just wanted to gather intel from your government in order to plan for the massacre at the Gilded Banquet. Ew, look at this slurp. Oh, God, he's got a little tongue like a snake. I know some of you guys are gonna be into that. Sure, your people killed Anla afterward, but that kid died without any regrets. He was the only casualty from Shanle, where Yong'an suffered over 30. It's unfortunate that you weren't killed along with them. We would have been able to let you have a taste of what comes after. What did you say? Anla. He was on the Grand Tutor's side? Look at Hualian, oh my god! He's trying so hard! And Hua Cheng is just bored out of his freaking mind. Meanwhile, Shen Jingqiu's whole world is coming to an end. You're talking about that demon cultivator Fangxin? On his side? Only the devil knows which side he was on. You're right, the devil does know, because he's right here, and it's not on your side. Okay, his face is a little cute there. I will admit. Yong'an's Gilded Banquet was massacred by the people of Shanle. Pulling himself back together, I see. Okay. Those traitors at the Gilded Banquet were all supposed to have been killed by Anla. All plans were proceeding smoothly. But that weird Grand Tutor of yours just had to burst in. And we know that was Xilian. Oh, look at him. Hey guys, what are you doing over there? Hope you're not stabbing anyone. Anla thought he was exposed, so he rushed back to me, asking what to do if he was ever found out. Who would have known that you'd place a bounty on your Grand Tutor's head that very night? I heard you nailed your master to the inside of a coffin, too. Ew, Xilian was nailed to the inside of a coffin. That is terrible. Add that to the list of trauma he's endured. Hilarious! Lang Qingqiu, you idiot! You killed the wrong person! Oh, this is a really good episode of Dr. Phil. You're lying. It has to be a lie! If it really is true, then why didn't you say anything? Oh, the attention is brought back to Xilian. If it wasn't you, if you didn't kill anyone, why would you accept the blame? Pained. Pat. Oh, Hua Cheng's gonna let him move again. You're right. This man is blatantly lying. He's only dirtying Anla's name because you insulted him earlier. At that time, I had just been demoted for the second time. I was resentful and made a huge mistake. Hua Cheng's like, no baby, you make no mistakes. You saw me kill your father with your own eyes. Yes, you're right. I saw it for myself. It was you, no one else. Qirong, it looks like you've had quite a good life all these years. Your Highness. Cousin. So that's it. That's it. You're Fangxin! You're Fangxin! Oh, look at him. He's so pleased with himself. Oh my sweet cousin! You went to Yong'an to become a Grand Tutor, only to be killed by your own pupil. Oh god. He's like her creepy smiley man. Oh, his tongue, I don't... Ugh. This is too entertaining. It's too funny. You really are... Grabs. Oh, we know who has the black fingernails here. Hua Cheng's got him by the throat. Oh my god, he's straight up lifting him in the air from the neck. That can't feel good. Hua Cheng is so strong that took like no effort. What's up guys, it's Kictor. We're back to Qirong being a little bitch. So that's it. That's it. You're Fangxin. You're Fangxin. Oh my sweet cousin! You went to Yong'an to become a grand tutor, only to be killed by your own pupil! This is too entertaining. It's too funny. You really are. He just got grabbed by Crimson Rain Sought Flower and is being held up like a little rag doll. You really are a bitch. Sir, in front of Huacheng, this is not gonna end well. Sanlang, it's fine. He's just a crazy, troublesome person. I'll take care of this. That's putting it lightly. He's nuts, let's just go. Look at his pleased little face. He's such a freaking psycho. Meanwhile, Sanlang's like, honey, we are not just letting this go. You call him Sanlang? Tisk, tisk, tisk. You two sure seem close. Hey, cousin, how did you end up hanging around a demon like him? You aren't afraid he's gonna pollute your name? ... Oh my god. Oh, he is treading on dangerous territory. Look at you two. He flew into a rage just because I said you were a bitch. Maybe he got blinded by the divine light above your head. Huacheng's shaking him around. Oh right, I forgot. He was already blind to begin with. Slam! Hualian freaking decks him! What did you just say about my man? No one makes jokes about my Sanlang, especially not about his eye, which he is the most insecure about, you bastard! Don't think that just because I've never hit you before, I'm unwilling to do so now. Just zoom in on Huacheng's face here. This is just the I have sat here consumed with lust. Gaga just defended my honor and my lack of eyeball. I will marry him. And that was a hard punch. If you zoom in on Lan Zhenqiu on the ground, he's like, it's now his turn to watch the family drama. Oh my sweet cousin, the crown prince. You hit me. You actually hit me. Oh heavens. He's banging the ground, going frickin' feral. I don't think torturing him is really gonna get us anywhere. Our sophisticated, kind-hearted, forgiving, and charitable crown prince who wouldn't even step on an ant. He gave me a bloody nose. And this is the grossest picture. Oh, it just creeps me out. He hit someone. How serious? How serious? Now, Lan Zhenqiu, to bring us back to reality, he's lost it. Yeah, you saw it too. This person is not of sound mind. He's clearly crazy. Nothing he says should be taken seriously. He's still like barking and hitting the ground. Scary little shark-mouthed fuck. I say, don't be so quick to call me crazy. Let me ask you, how did Prince Anla die? I dissected his body. Why were you dissecting his body, sir? His organs were all destroyed by a very dexterous swordman, leaving no visible injuries. Yet he wouldn't stop vomiting blood. Ew, okay, then we just see him opening up this cadaver. What the hell? At first, it seemed as though those thieves from Yong'an had used some kind of trick to make it appear as if he had died in illness. But now that I think about it, there is one other person who could have done it. Look at him, he's having a Sherlock Holmes moment. He's like, yes. As for that person, he is, of course, my fair and righteous cousin. Okay, this is a really gorgeous shot of him. Gorgeous, elegant back, his little red earring, and that extravagant hairpiece. Oh god, this was Hualian before most of the trauma. After all, our flower crown martial god is a pure and untouched mountain lotus. Oh my god, he's just really rubbing it in now. Bam! In comes the foot. Ah! Step. I understand now. It was you. It was definitely you. Oh, our ancestors of Shanla up above, look upon the kind and righteous descendant that you brought upon this world, who killed the last remaining bloodline of the Shanla royal family and cut off the bloodline of Shanla's house of Shi. Hualian, you bringer of misfortune, you god of pestilence. I feel like he's had this like written down in his back pocket for years. Your birth was Shanla's greatest calamity. Why don't you just die? How can you bear to remain in this world? Rises. That's enough. Shut up! Lan Zhenqiu, okay, switching sides? Shirong's like, oh fuck, I forgot you were still here. Who is the real culprit? What happened at the Gilded Banquet? What happened to Prince Anla? What in the world actually happened? Tisk. Jeez, Lan Zhenqiu, you idiot. You still don't get it? His face here is so funny. He's like, yeah, you see, I figured it all out. Even I figured it out. See? You really don't understand your master's character, do you? Come, let me dissect my cousin for you, figuratively and literally. You see, the crown prince unsheaths. Oh, Hualian's not gonna let this happen. He came to Yong'an, became the grand tutor, and taught you swordsmanship for 5 years. Blocks! Sanlang! Huacheng actually blocked Hualian from what he was about to do. He was trying to stop Shirong from cannibal-splaining this whole situation, and Huacheng won't let him. Let him finish, ... This is a really interesting moment because a lot of people mischaracterize Huacheng by saying he just lets Xilian do whatever he wants. He's like, yeah, Gaga, whatever you say, Gaga. Like, while that may be true for like low-stakes scenarios, there are definitely moments where Huacheng thinks he knows better than Xilian, and this is one of them. He's standing there, he's like, Gaga, we gotta do this. Who's looking scared now, Qirong? Oh, and that's the end! Oh my god, how is that the end? What's up, guys? It's Kictor. Welcome back to another episode of the Shanla family drama. Qirong was just about to spill the beans about the crown prince's sordid past as the Fangxin Guoshi to Lan Chenchou. And when Xilian tried to interrupt him, Huacheng actually blocked Xilian to make him continue telling the story. Glance. As for Prince Anla, of the descendants of Shanla, he was the most obedient boy of them all. He pretended to get along with you, with the plan of sending all of you to your graves at the gilded banquet. But instead, he bumped into your master, and then ran away, leaving you to come upon the gilded banquet and send out a bounty overnight for Grand Tutor Fangxin. These facts are undoubtedly true. But my heavenly cousin, who witnessed Anla's rampage, probably thought, how could this be? This can't be right. So he found Anla and realized, oh dear, this brat's plans are huge. It won't end with him just killing a few people. He can't be saved. He's kind of pulling a needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. I'm gonna have to kill Anla or a lot of other people are gonna get murdered. So he killed the last branch of his own bloodline for the sake of others. Now this shot is so cool. The reflection in the sword, that is so awesome. Then you caught your master and nailed him inside a coffin. Oh my, what? Look at this coffin, like what is, holy crap. Xilian is in that coffin right now. That's messed up. And so my cousin's life as a grand tutor came to a close. Damn, that's sad. Then when I got to the gilded banquet, why did I see him pull a sword out of my father's body? If that is what you truly saw, I can only think of one explanation. Anla did stab your father, but that didn't kill him. He finished the job? Ha! What are you saying? My cousin's a kind person. The first thing he'd do wouldn't be to finish the job, but to save the person. However, what would be the first thing a person who was saved from certain death have done? Xilian looks so sad, so embarrassed for all of this dirty laundry to be hung up right in front of Huacheng. After seeing so many people dead at the gilded banquet, what would be their first course of action? They'd go after the culprit. Ah! Clap! Oh my god, Qirong. That wasn't too hard, was it? I just love how Qirong's just freaking covered in blood and he's still being a smarmy little bitch. After my good cousin saved him, he definitely said, cough! Grand Tutor, quick! Go kill Prince Anla! Oh, sorry, maybe that was too light. It was probably something harsher like, Grand Tutor, go call Chenchou! I want all of Shanla dead! I want them to join us in death! Even if he didn't call for the execution of all the people of Shanla right then, your mother and relatives were all killed right in front of him. Sooner or later, he would have struck back. When your master heard that, it was clear that things would go awry very quickly, and so, whoosh! He stabbed your father right through his heart. My righteous cousin wanted to make peace with both sides, but ended up dooming them both. Although I'm still bitter about you escaping the assassin's blade when you were 12, looking at it now, if you had died, how would I be able to watch all this drama my cousin brought upon himself? Dirty little clown man. And so, we see once again, Xilian wanting to save everybody ended up making everything a lot worse. Qirong, shut your mouth! Why do you want him to stop? Is it because he's telling the truth? Don't listen. Both you and Anla spilled blood at the gilded banquet. One killed my entire lineage, the other my father. You all lied to me! Chenchou, all my friends were fake. You people from Shanla never cared about our goodwill. You only conspired against us. You were planning to kill us this whole time. Oh, and there's baby Chenchou and Xilian. To hell with all that talk about Yong'an and Shanla once being one country, or our people being family. To hell with working to change things on our generation. The sweetest boy, look at him. That it didn't matter who was on the throne as long as people lived well and got along in the future, that we could put the past behind us and start anew. Chenchou! Because of what you taught me, I always felt that my efforts were worthwhile. I never felt like I was being mistreated. But everything you taught me was a lie. Oh, this shot of Xilian gaslighting and lying to a young boy in hopes to make him have a better future. Listen to me. Wah! Grabs. It was all fake. It was nonsense. Bullcrap. A lie. He's really giving it to him now. No, those weren't lies. Think about it. Under your leadership, haven't things already changed? Look at him, hell yeah, Xilian, yes, you did do good. Lying to a child worked. Shocked. Okay, so I hope this finally cracks the code about how confusing this arc has been. Xilian was there meddling with everything. However, Lan Zhenqiu only saw and understood the last part, which was Xilian killed his dad. Will Lan Zhenqiu think that this was worth being lied to over? In last week's episode, we found out that Xilian was actually the one who killed Lan Zhenqiu's father and finished off Anle to try and prevent a genocide between the kingdoms of Shanle and Yong'an. Lan Zhenqiu did not take it well. Listen to me. What? Grabs. It was all fake. It was all nonsense. Bullcrap. A lie. No, those weren't lies. Think about it. Under your leadership, haven't things already changed? Shocked. Haven't you already done well? After what happened, the remnants of Shanle unified with Yong'an, and they've had very few conflicts since. How can you call that a lie? But what about my father and mother? The poor baby is trembling. This trauma runs deep. It was their greatest wish for the two nations to unite. That's why they gave the last member of your lineage the title of Prince Anle. Anle. They assumed he was from Yong'an, but they named him Prince Anle, like Shanle, as an act of kindness. Their wish was fulfilled, but look at how they ended up. Drip. Poor baby is crying. He just wants his mom and dad back. His whole lineage was literally murdered in front of him, so I do not blame this poor guy for everything that's really going on right now. I think he has every right to be upset. Bullcrap! Okay, here comes Qirong, whose Donghua design, he looks pretty damn good in this poster. Like, I think he's pretty sexy. You know, he's got the braid and like the little claws. It's a win for the girlies for Donghua Qirong. You're just like your master with your sobby righteousness. You came here asking us for your family. I should be the one asking your ancestors for my family. This is just sad. Look at it, just the crying and Xilian staring at him like, oh my god. To hell with the notion that they called him Prince Anle because they wanted unity. Sure, it sounds good, but in reality, they just placed the An of Yong'an in front of the Le of Shanle. It was all an attempt to outdo us forever. Okay, I love the wordplay of this whole scenario. MXTX is a fucking genius writer. I love this so much. The two ways you can interpret that as an act of unity or an act of Yong'an always being better than Shanle. Oh, it's so good, and it's just one name. Do you think she came up with the name after she came up with the two kingdoms, or did she think of the wordplay before she came up with the two kingdoms names? I wish I could just be inside her brain. I feel like being inside of her brain, though, it would be like so overwhelming that I could only last like half a second. You were behind the deaths of my relatives? You were a part of the incident at the Gilded Banquet? Qirong just slaps his chest. He's like, haha! Yeah, I was part of it. Anle was a part of it, and so was your master. All three of us, all from Shanle, we're all part of it. Oh dear, yeah, way to rub it in. Oh my god. Then suddenly, swish! Oh boy, somebody's about to get cut in half. No more tears in those eyes. Just blood. Oh, we finally get a shot of Hua Cheng after so many faceless panels of him. Xilian looks genuinely concerned though. Zhenqiu! Okay, we're gonna try and zoom in on this panel here to see if anybody's cut in half or if it was just a really harsh blow. He seems to be in one part.
Upon further examination, he is actually missing an arm.
I just absolutely am losing it over how Hua Cheng's just dripped out. You can see his red string hanging from his finger. What? The green ghost Qirong wrought the destruction of my people. Shouldn't I seek vengeance? It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt at all. Oh my god. Okay, the creepy clown man returns. Oh god, now his eyes all red. The smile, the tongue. I know some of you are gonna be into that. You are nothing compared to my dear cousin. Oh, he's getting yanked away. Qirong, if you want to live, shut up. Xilian trying to give him some advice now. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, you can really tell his arm got cut off here.
Do you usually use this pot to cook people? What a question. Yes, what about it? What an answer. Bubble, 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 bubble. Oh, he is going in the soup. He is going right in that soup. Steps. Ah! Dunks. Yeah. Lan Zhenqiu just shoved him right in that soup. Zhenzhou! And another faceless Huacheng for us. With the number of people he's eaten, is it not fair for me to show him what it feels like to get boiled alive? Bubble, 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 bubble. Zhenzhou's hand is like in the soup as well. Like, is his hand not gonna be boiled alive? I guess he's so angry he's probably not feeling anything right now. Congrats, cousin. Ew! Okay, if Qirong's face couldn't get any more disgusting, do you think they're gonna show this in the Donghua? Like, how censored is this going to be? This is pretty brutal violence. And to cut back to the Donghua really quick here, one thing I thought that was kind of funny is when they showed Pei Su's body, and they're like, yeah, it got all beaten up by the scary dagger, Ming. And like, his body looks like decently cut up, but it's not like I pictured it being thrashed, like, oh my god, this scimitar leaves such scary wounds, and he's just kind of got a few scratches. So I wonder if that's because of like the violence censorship or the bloody gory censorship. Look at the good disciple you've raised. He's all grown up. He can torture people now. Ooh, that's a good blow. Also, a little tiny thing here. Look at the speech bubble. It's like dripping and like melting, just like how Qirong's skin is. Ugh. Dunks. Holds down. Qirong! That pot is a lot bigger than I thought it was. Like, you could put a whole family in there to cook at once. He's not dead. Oh, Huacheng coming in to remind us he's okay. The green ghost ashes aren't here. You've only killed an extension of him. Lanzhou does not care. He's like elbow deep in the soup now. If you really want to kill him, you should go look for his ashes. I will catch him with my own hands and use his ashes as an offering for my father and mother. Oh, see, his hand did get all boiled up here, but I guess, you know, rage. After that, I'll come settle things with you. ... Huacheng literally grabs Ming. He's like, bitch, you think you will? Shilian's like, great, I bought us some time. Grand Tutor? This dude's sword is comically large, though. Don't try to run away again. He grabs his sword with his super boiled hand, crashes it down, and somehow I think that made him teleport away? Clink, clink, clink. He just found out the truth. Let him cool off for a bit. Why did he have to find out? Was it really that important? Ooh, and Huacheng's little face. Are Hualian about to have their first fight? Because this was kind of all orchestrated by Huacheng. And we do know that Huacheng had Shilian's best interest in mind, but Hualian never has his own best interest in mind. He'd rather somebody live a lie, believing that he had done bad things if it was for the greater good. But Huacheng seems to think that Hualian is actually worth something, and maybe perhaps people shouldn't have misunderstandings about him if it's really affecting his Hualian, his standing in heaven, and everybody's opinion of him. What's up, guys? It's Kictor. We're back with another Manhua update. Hualian are finally alone. What's gonna happen? If you guys would like to get some Red String of Fate shirts, use the link down below. Clink, clink, clink. Lanzhou has finally f***ed off. He just found out the truth. Let him cool off for a bit. Why did he have to find out? Was it really that important? It was important. Thank you, Huacheng. Someone needs to defend Shilian's ass. He needed to know the things that you did and the things that you didn't do, and the reasoning behind it. Finally, a nice close-up on Huacheng's handsome, chiseled jaw as he's spitting facts. Grips. What's the use in knowing the details? Am I more forgivable if I killed fewer people? Oh shit, okay. Hualian is a little hot-headed. We haven't seen much of this side of him, especially with Huacheng. I'm not forgivable. Wasn't I the one who killed his father? The man who wanted unity with all his heart? Huacheng's just like, let it out, Gaga. Didn't I kill Anla, the last branch of my bloodline? I deserve all the consequences. Isn't it easier to just place all the blame on me? Why bring other people into this? Oh. And this is why we love this boy. Oh, the burden on his back. But God, this is so unfair to him. It was all my doing anyway. Now Anla is involved, and all of Shanla is involved. Ugh. And this pained expression on his look. I'm worried for Hualian because, like, this is a serious matter that Shilian obviously has deep emotions about, and Huacheng kind of caused all of this to happen. Isn't hating one person better than hating an entire tribe? Should he, as the crown prince of Yong'an, really be made to hate the people of Shanla? Does he really need to think that all the things I taught him were nothing but empty nonsense? This is tough. I don't like how this is making me feel. Shilian's even like gripping his stomach. Then there's just this wide shot of Hualian in the silence. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Sunlong. I feel like I'm going crazy. I'm so sorry. Look at him! Shilian has been through so much. He falls to his knees. God, the mix of emotions within this man right now must just be insane. It's all right. This is my fault. Huacheng kneels next to him, shakes head. No, it's not your fault. It's mine. This is all a mess. One big mess. It's not your fault. Ooh, now look at here. Look at the little mise-en-scène going on with the foreground. We have the statue of Hualian on his knees that Qirong made, and then Hualian actually on his knees in the background. You killed the king of Yong'an to save the remnants of Shanle. You killed Prince Anle to protect the peace between the two nations. I would have done the same. No one could have done better. Huacheng, yes! Please comfort your baby. Trust me. Okay, this is what he needs. Out of all the 800 years of Hualian trying his best, trying to help as many people as possible, taking on so much pain and not being thanked for anything, finally he has someone that sees him, that is there to tell him that he did the right thing, and he did the best thing possible. And also Huacheng looks really good in this panel. I just don't think it should have gone this way. A person's kindness led to bad results. I just don't think that's how things should go. And that, my friends, is the novel. Poor baby, all these panels of him are just making me feel sick. Even if it was fake, I still wanted Chencho to remember that if he was kind to Shanle, Shanle would be kind to him. I wanted him to do the right thing, forever, without fear. Oh, look at that, look at that. We got Fangxin Guoshi Hualian and young Lan Chencho. This is so sweet. I didn't want him to think that all the things I told him and that he believed were lies. I just clenches his fist. Didn't want anyone to have to endure the things I've gone through for so long. Oh, this is deep trauma. Imagine feeling something so terrible that you're like, I will take on centuries worth of betrayal and blame so that no one has to feel the trauma I felt again. This is rough. The things of this world are so comical. The previous generations of rulers of Yong'an were never punished for the horrible things they did. And yet, Chencho's parents, who only wanted to do grand and great things, met such an end. That's just the way, isn't it, Hualian? He is gripping that sword by the blade. When I was a Grand Tutor, the rulers of Yong'an always respected and trusted me. But, and here he is, stabbing the king. Ooh, the reflection of the king dying in his eye, that's cool. I'll never forget the look on his face when I plunged that sword into him. Oh, okay, I had a little bit of a tummy ache before, but now this hurts so bad. Oh my god, I hate seeing Hualian like this. And you can tell Huacheng is not having a good time either. It just hurts so much knowing Hualian is in pain. He's such a good boy, he doesn't deserve any of this. Everything was great until... Forget it. It was all Anle and Qirong's fault. Huacheng reminding him of the truth. I like that Huacheng is also taking a moment with him down on his knee, being calm and trying to explain this clearly. He's got his eye closed. He's like being chill with Hualian as he has a little freak out. There was one thing that Qirong was correct about. He gets up. I am a failure. Oh my god! Huacheng is not going to stand for that. He glances over at the statue of him kneeling. You'd believe something that piece of scum said? Other than his resilience and speed, what else does he have going for him? 800 years and he still couldn't become a supreme. I'd hate to dirty my hands beating him up. Huacheng snapping back with the insults. Qirong fucking sucks, dude. Now Hualian's glancing over at the statue. Close up on his eyes. Touches the statue. He cracks it. Oh, splits. Crack, crack, crack. Snap! And it suddenly explodes. Oh my gosh! Okay, I am like addicted to Hualian's conversation. Talking through their emotions and Huacheng being there for him and reassuring him that he's done nothing wrong, and also just kind of hearing Hualian out. Hualian is actually opening up to someone and being able to speak his mind, and Huacheng is meeting him where he's at. Like, he actually got on his knees to speak to him. Even though he thought Hualian's reasonings were incorrect, he gently corrected that and also just kind of chilled with him while he broke down a little bit. Because Huacheng also knows that the world is super fucked up and not fair. Hualian almost has this like childish view of the world because he wants it to be fair, but instead it is unfair and comical how the most fucked up things happen to the one good rulers that Yong'an and Shanle finally had. TGCF deals with some super heavy themes, but I feel like it always brings you back in with the genuine romance between Huacheng and Hualian, and it is so good. What's up guys, it's Kictor. This is the last chapter of the manhua for a while. The book series just ended, the Donghua's gone AWOL. I think the Donghua should be back next week, but oh my god, this is a lot of heavy emotional time for TGCF. Hopefully this last chapter is good and has some Hualian goodness. If not, We can cry together. And before we begin, I just want to say head over to my shop at kickter.shop for some Danmei merch. If you or your friends love gay shit, you can get some subtle references over at my shop, kickter.shop. So last we saw, Hualian was approaching the kneeling statue of himself when it burst into pieces. There are probably still a lot of living humans hiding in this cave. We should go find them and let them out. Okay, I'm sensing a little bit of awkward tension between the two of them because they just had a bit of an argument in the last episode. Let's go. Okay. Hua Chung's looking good. Sunlang, there's something I want to ask you. How did you know Qirong was behind the Gilded Palace incident? Back then, Qirong didn't know I was the Grand Tutor, and while I did discover that the Shanla royal family was conspiring, I didn't know he was the one pulling the strings. Shit, so this is a lot for Hualian to suddenly just realize and find out about his own cousin, too. So, how did you find out? How long have you known? Not long. I've dealt with Qirong a couple of times. I'm familiar with his ways. Ooh, okay. Daddy's looking after you. He was a civilian of Shanla when he was alive, so he really hated young An. During the age of young An, many of the large internal assassinations of their royal and noble families were all organized by him, but he always hid it very well. A massacre like the one at the Gilded Banquet was definitely his style. Oh, okay, now Qirong girlies, you got it. Are you happy? Are you happy with your scary clown man? Are you happy with his scary little tongue? I don't even want to know what that tongue is doing in Fix. Oh god. Oh, but my morbid curiosity is so strong. So I believed for a very long time that it had been Grand Tutor Fangxin doing his bidding. Ooh, okay, now we get a new shot of the massacre. Very fun, very happy, good time. But then Lan Zhenqiu accused you of being the Grand Tutor in the upper court, and there was no way you and Qirong were on the same side. That's hilarious. That's how Hua Chung found out? Oh my god. Sunlang isn't from the heavenly realm, yet he knows a lot about what happened at the Palace of Divine Might. Oh, maybe does someone have a spy? Didn't hear it from me. No, he even knows the history between Qirong and I. Okay, that one is a little bit harder to explain. It's like at this moment, Hualian realizes, you've been stalking me for centuries! Still, I was sure that the puppet master behind it was Qirong. At least, he had to have been the one to make the first move. The common remnants of Shanla were treated very well after Lan Zhenqiu's father took the throne, so they had already stopped thinking about how they were going to avenge their country. The only people who'd still wanted to cause trouble would have been the Shanla royal family, and since Prince Anla was the only one left of the royal bloodline, if Qirong wanted to get someone to make trouble, it would have had to have been him. Yet, by simple coincidence, leave it to Hua Chung to simply and concisely explain all the little hard-to-understand bits in a sexy way. We love that. He's looking good with his creepy little gray eyes. He was reported to have died of illness after the Gilded Banquet, despite never having a history of illness in the past. Isn't that very obviously suspicious? Hua Chung's like, a kid could have figured this out. I knew he was probably killed, and that his death was probably related to the Gilded Banquet. Just Hua Chung, Sherlock Holmes Hua Chung. Hualian's staring up at him with his big eyes. If the royal family of Young An were to blame, the people of Shanla would have been implicated, and yet they weren't. After thinking about that, I could only come to the conclusion I hold today. And Hualian is smiling. It's impressive that you were able to deduce everything so accurately. There were so many moving parts to the situation. I just knew a lot of the key players before the fact. That's all. Still, there's a premise in your deduction that I don't quite understand. Why were you so sure that Qirong was the one who made the first move at the Gilded Banquet? It's not that I was certain of his deeds. I just trusted that you didn't. We love that! Oh my gosh, the level of romance of, yeah, I just assumed you weren't the fucking crazy murderer. Turns out, there were several levels of crazy murder involved, but he turns away from him. Is Hua Chung afraid of blushing? I don't even know if he has ghost blood, if he's capable of blushing. Well, he's capable of getting a boner. This is like the Edward Cullen discourse all over again. Why is that? If you had given a different reason while admitting to the Gilded Banquet massacre, then there would be a possibility that you had. However, the King of Young An was a good leader and won the hearts of his people. Yet Lan Zhenqiu said the reason you gave for the massacre was that you couldn't stand seeing him on the throne. While those are words of a very standard usurper, coming from you, they could only be a self-defilement of the clumsiest degree. Not a self-defilement of the clumsiest degree! Oh my god! Hua Chung's like, I am so used to hearing you talk shit about yourself that the moment I heard that, I was like, this is just Hualian taking the easy way out, blaming everything on himself, and I'm not standing for it. Hualian's just totally shocked here, and then has like a gentle smile. Like, of course Hua Cheng would assume the best of him. Even in this arc that no one really remembers, there is such sweet, foundational Hualian moments. Well, Sanlang, I'm not the person you think I am. You say it. I don't mind. I think you shouldn't put so much faith in another. Xilian has a nervous tic. You can see it in the Donghua. Whenever he gets all nervous, his hand starts to shake and he's grabbing his hand. You shouldn't think of other people as being too perfect. It would be okay if it were for someone you'd never met and only seen from a distance. But if you're close with that person and you find out one day that they are the opposite of how you think, you'll become disappointed. Oh my gosh. It's kind of like don't meet your heroes. If you met God in person, you would see that he's actually full of mistakes and human and not as cool as you thought he was. And so Xilian is seeing that Hua Cheng holds him to such a high regard, yet since he holds himself to such a low regard, he doesn't want Hua Cheng to become disappointed. Oh honey, if only he knew. Also, I just really love these panels, like where they're just, you can see their full body, and Hua Cheng, he's like all decked out and all his cool stuff, but he seems so small. Like when Xilian is addressing him in a serious tone, it's like he becomes a little boy again. Don't be so sure. I don't care about the disappointment of others. To some people, the very existence of a person on this earth is hope in and of itself. Oh! And that's where it ends! Oh my god, we get this gorgeous panel of them intimately looking at each other. Guys, that is such a good line! And to think everyone always forgets about this arc, or they say this arc is too confusing to remember. You have to understand this arc for this moment here to hit the hardest. Like, this is such peak Hualian romance! Like, oh my god! This is like such a defining reason of why Hua Cheng loves Xilian so much and respects him, and the love and trust that Xilian can have for Hua Cheng is because he doesn't have him on a pedestal. He doesn't have these strange ideals of like a hero or a god. All he needs is for Xilian to exist on this earth. He doesn't have to be perfect. He just has to be there. It's like almost like the precursor to that other line that everyone knows, like, it does not matter the state of you, it is you that matters. This is peak romance, you guys. I want you to remember, Hualian, when you're watching all your little Hallmark holiday movies with your family this winter, just remember, anytime someone lets a man get away with shitty behavior, just remember Hua Cheng would never. God. And I'm so sad because this is over now. And just Hua Cheng's face here. He is looking at Xilian. He is not turning and hiding away like he kind of was. When he says this statement, he is looking right at him because it is so true. It is not embarrassing. It is not a secret. This is a foundational part of Hua Cheng's being and his love and unconditional faith for Xilian as a person, not as a perfect god or anything like that, just as Xilian. Ugh! Brings a tear to my eye. You guys, if you don't want the Hualian party to feel like it has ended, it doesn't have to, because on my YouTube membership, we hang out and we play games, and they are all MXTX related, and they are ridiculous. We played Gartic Phone, which is like telephone Pictionary, where we're drawing pictures and guessing scenes, and they are so ridiculous, and it is all only with our favorite characters. And we play Frantic Fanfic. It's the same thing, where we all end up writing these short little fanfics together with a 3-minute timer, and it is ridiculous. It is so much fun. Stitch and I literally are on the floor laughing sometimes because of you guys. So if you don't want to feel alone with your TGCF feelings, be sure to join my YouTube membership. Any tier can join the live streams. We do them weekly and they are so much fun. Thank you guys so much for supporting me. I can't believe this TGCF journey has taken us so far. Bye!